when you know how to speak. English is not... bros, if na Igbo blow and there, broke the English, broke them. If they want to understand, they should understand. If they don't, the way you struggle to understand their own dialect, they should struggle to understand. Respect is reciprocal. It should be mutual. It's because, in fact, the guests in the studio have said, it's because we have so belittled ourselves. That is why they are trampling on us this way. I think enough is enough. And I love what I saw on social media yesterday. The made in Nigeria tire at Aba.
Yeah.
I think it's high time we encourage that. It's not when we produce something, you see made in China, made in Japan, made in... What happened to our own country? Waiting happened.
You see, it wouldn't have even... What you saw there, the production in Aba wouldn't have even been effective if there's no steady power supply.
No, I understand all that.
You see, the truth about it, everything boils down to administration and boils down to corruption within Nigerian system. If things are working, for God's sake, we don't need them. If you go to abroad, Nigerians are good entrepreneurs. They are good manufacturers. They have things upstairs, but we don't have the platform to operate. You see, if we are given the privilege to do some certain things that even Chinese and Indians and other foreigners, let me call them foreigners, because I don't see the word
exactly what they are.
I don't see the word expatriate. They are not more expert than us. No matter how they think psychologically that we are backward. And you look at it and you laugh. So what I think they should know is that Nigerians need to upgrade the mentality in which they operate within our governmental system. Let me tell you something. Why would a Chinese man that comes here to fix our roads, that we gave contract to fix our road, will be escorted with 4 police mobile men? Why? If the system, the country is safe for Nigerians to occupy, to live peacefully, will we have any need to attach security personnel to these foreigners? No, there will not be any need for that. So that is the irony of it. But however, let's move on. We have seen one, if not the young man that revealed it on the social media.
We wouldn't have known.
Wouldn't have known.
Or maybe a lot of people must have passed through and kept quiet.
Let me say something about this white skin issue. This white skin issue has gone so bad amongst us. Do you understand what I'm saying? That even Nigerians within themselves, I experienced it in 2016. I had a good business coming well. I had spent a lot of money, did a lot of review. I was talking with the client closely until a white man came. He gave the white man the job.
Just imagine.
So, but unfortunately, the white man is my friend. So he called me. Not a white-skinned man. Thank you. He called me and said, "Oi, there is a site. I got something." I said, "What? I've been working with that man." He said, "Oh, you guys are very horrible to yourselves."
Coming from someone else.
Yes. So they know that the white skin still thrills the black man. So they flaunt it. Like I said, just last night, the man was busy talking. I said, "My friend, will you stop that nonsense? You can't know about Turkish market and know about Nigerian market more than I do."
Oh, of course.
Okay, so I want to ask my viewers again, please, call. The line to call is showing on your screen. And if you cannot call, send in your comments. But I still want to ask, what is it about these foreigners that, you know, thrills us, that makes us forget our identity when we see them? What is it about them? Well, do you think they are smarter than we are? See, their skin, bring their own, bring our own. Black, we stand gidigba, we be atakate low, then they not feel win us. Bring their skin, bring our own, not be the same now. What is it? What's our problem? We need to change this mentality. If it was in the days of old where they used mirrors to deceive our forefathers, they gave them mirrors and then took away, you know, our prized possessions.
The mirrors are still here.
Yeah, the mirrors are still here. If it was then, we know that they were not, knowledgeable. But what about now?
No, let me tell you the truth.
We have expanded beyond that.
No, we have not.
Oh my goodness.
The mirrors are still here. In our phones, in our laptops, up to what we wear. Those are the modern mirrors.
True.
So we are still thrilled about what an Oyibo
You don't do a
produced.
beg. You don't
understand what I'm
do. Let
saying?
it not thrill us anymore. Let us bring out our uniqueness. Let us bring out that, you know, that Nigerian thing about us now. No grief for anybody. Hey, Nana is that. No grief for anybody. Let us bring out our uniqueness. Now I have seen the Chinese operator. He has disappeared.
No, but
He
again,
fled. So it was said he fled
I think
on
the
Monday.
federal government did a quick action on this.
Okay.
I must acknowledge and
Okay.
appreciate.
Unlike the Bena's executive that disappeared, yeah, overnight.
No, but they did a quick action.
Okay, so how
on
come?
this by sealing up that place, by intervening.
Okay.
It's not like this is the first place, but I like the response. The rapid response is good. At least the Chinese will understand that.
So what happened to the operator that fled?
Man, before he was before they started looking for him, apparently he already got signal that there was problem. And
To tell you he knew what he was doing was wrong. And he was doing it with a lot of impunity. Oh my goodness, my head wants to burst.
No, they are not scared of issues until these problems come to their doorstep. They know what they are doing now. The elite mindset.
Yeah, to be honest, I just see psychophants within the whole issue saga, because how did he get the information that they're coming for them? And
he reached to ask.
I need to be honest. This is not the first time that we have social media where even Nigerians were beaten, even at their place of work, at the place of duty,
and nothing happened.
And nothing happened. So we have to tell ourselves the truth. The issue is that when an enforcement needs to be done, who leaked such information to them, and where did he flee to? Is he still in Nigeria, or he just disappeared, or is he a Dorado thing? So we have to understand that. Let's tell ourselves the truth. I think like you said, yes, kudos to the FG for going into submission. Well, I tell you that if it has happened within the space of some few years ago, nothing would have come out of it.
Yeah, right.
Nothing would have come out of it,
right.
and that is just the fact of it.
They will tell you that it's someone's private business.
Yeah. So let's. I think the government are trying to be seen working, and let's support them.
No, Nigerians are very nice people. We are very nice people, because you can't try this in another man's country. They'll shut you down immediately.
Can you try that in South Africa?
Try Anna.
You can't try that.
You will
in
come
South
out
Africa.
to tell us how far.
You can't do that.
Okay, viewers, as much as I encourage you to call in and let's hear your opinion, or you can send in your comments via our social media handles showing on your screen. We want to know what you think about what we are discussing. We're going to be looking at the Vanguard newspaper, and I'll also start with stories above the masthead there. Court vacates order suspending Ganduje. That's another story on its own. And that story is on page 28 of the Vanguard newspaper. Okay, also on page 6, how gunmen killed Babcock Varsity lecturer abducted 2 in Ogun. Okay, and on page 8, the Okwama Ewu. Help! We are dying in the forests. Displaced residents cry to Oborewori. Not just the governor, please, the president needs to step into this, because I'm looking at, you know, the way the community was leveled. It's not something that gives joy. So please, the governor and the president should look into the matter of Okwama people. And the lead story there, Inspector General of Police kicks as ex-president orders back state police. Page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper gives you more flesh on that story. Well, then I have some interesting kickers there. Nigeria not ready, mature for state police. Now that's coming from the Inspector General of Police. But then Mr. Goodluck Jonathan, the ex-president, have come out to say we can't manage internal security without state police. Okay, General Abubakar have come out to say governors must be transparent now in regards to state policing. And the Senate President, Mr. Akpabio, has come out to say also it must be free from politics, ethno-religious extremism. Okay, and Mr. President crowned it up by saying, my resolve to enhance Nigerian security unwavering. So, gentlemen, we're going to be talking about your view on state policing briefly. But then let me also look at 2 more stories there. Terrorism is evil, must be banished in Africa. This coming from Mr. Tinubu, the president of Nigeria. And that page 9 of the Vanguard tells you that story in details. We've resumed persecution of Boko Haram suspects. This is coming from Mr. Ribadu. And that story is on page 26 of the Vanguard newspaper. So I'm going to leave it there. Please go through these newspapers and get yourself abreast with things happening in the country. But don't also forget to read the comic section, Mr. and Mrs. So let me now come to my amazing guests in the studio who will do justice to this. So we've seen state policing. A whole lot of people have been advocating for state policing. But then Inspector General of Police have come out to say Nigeria is not yet ready and mature for state policing. Is there something you think he is seeing that the ex-presidents who have also advocated for this, as well as the Senate President and other Nigerians, there's something the Inspector General of Police is seeing that others are not seeing? Let me start with you, Chief.
I thought, in fact, if I was the IG, I would just remain silent. He doesn't need to speak when it comes to the state policing or any policy. Yes, because has he performed beyond the average in saving lives and property of Nigeria under his watch? So he doesn't need to speak. You have to allow Nigerians to make law for themselves. He was opportune to be there because of the law established or made for us to use to kind of operate as an entity. So if we have to, we are the how do you call it? We are those that sit down and watch. I kind of appreciate what can be done for the good of the people. You understand? Okay, yeah. So I believe when those that have been the ex-presidents, the ex-governors, even the current Senate President has actually re-echoed the importance. We have a lot of constitutional amendment and everything still centers on state policing. Now, if there's any policy that can be derived for us not to allow politics to come into it, the better for Nigerians. Nigerians are dying every day. So it's not the best thing for him to even speak because it has made him as if there's something they are hiding. Don't want to lose grip of power and influence over even the state governors. Okay. And that is the problem. So if the state governors are going to reduce their influence with the state police officers, then are you now trying that sustaining your influence over the state governors are also are calling? Should we clap for it? So I don't think what he said, we should just wave it by the side and really go for keeping Nigerians safe. Okay. For Nigerians to be safe, we need state policing, and it has been said for decades.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so let me hear you, Mr. Omejiburu.
I tend to differ.
Okay.
I tend to differ in the sense that the IG knows what he's saying.
Yeah, exactly. So what exactly is he saying that we don't know?
IG knows that if you leave power, full police control in the hands of these governors, my brother, you may not enter your village. With the little they are doing now, with the way they want to use police to rough handle people, to do their political primaries, the IG knows what he is saying. Nevertheless, that he knows what he's saying doesn't mean that state police is bad. No, state police is very wonderful if indeed they will go with the rules of state policing. Not for the governors who have been looking for express power of control over arms. That's what it means.
Are we going to say because we have bad roads and we have insecurity on our roads that we are not going to travel when it's important? No. We cannot say that. Are we going to say, okay, because we have a failed economy, our naira is depreciated, so we should close down the country? No.
If we know,
Yes, if we
IG's comment.
yes, that's the IG's comment.
The
You are
IG's
trying to
comment-
glorify.
Okay, so
and I felt it's not proper.
Okay,
No.
if I understood what he was saying, it's
Yeah.
just like an adage in Igbo language, and I get some babu have a go.
Uh-huh.
You don't say because when I go to war, I'll be killed. For that reason, you don't go for war. If I understand, that's what he's trying to say.
It is entirely bad. He said
Nigeria is not mature and ready for it. Yes, those were his
ready.
words.
Really.
So when do you think Nigeria will be mature and ready? We're
The
60
first-
something years
No,
now.
the first step of maturity that governors and states should show is in funding their own police. How many times do governors buy patrol vehicles to empower their police?
No, I thought the first place of maturity is how we appoint our IGs. We should be able to say how we appoint our IGs. No. He shouldn't wait.
No,
he shouldn't leave his own.
We are
See,
discussing
you see,
state police now.
You see, there's an
No,
area
the
I'm
issue
looking
is-
at.
no, no,
Okay,
no,
okay,
there's an
gentlemen.
area I'm in.
Okay, gentlemen.
He shouldn't
Okay,
be
hold
more-
on.
Hold on.
Okay, Chief, I'll give you the opportunity to talk, but let him land.
The right honorable.
Go ahead, Mr. Wejiburu. Let's hear you out.
Chief, fear. The Nigerian governors have policemen in their states. How well have they treated their police officers who are posted to their states? How well have they equipped the police? Is there any law that stops Nigerian governors from procuring at least vehicles for these patrol vehicles for these men? Is there any law like that?
Do you think
The answer is no.
but don't you think they are looking at it from the angle of, it's not our responsibility, this is nonchalant
No, but
attitude?
there is this money called the security vote.
Nigeria, the more you look, the less you
There are
see.
clear examples. I will give an instance. Between 2011 or so to about 2015 or so, when Sullivan was governor in Enugu, I keep saying this. At every major junction, you will have a police patrol vehicle with about 4 policemen stationed. So when there is a robbery, it doesn't take them up to 10 minutes. They'll round up because they'll just radio themselves and somebody blocks off.
Then definitely not now.
No, so that's what I'm saying. The governor then didn't, with him, we didn't know that we had federal police or state police. What we knew was that the police was working.
Okay.
And all he needed to do was to provide a platform for them to work. But now, when you give them state police, they start looking for a bigger budget. Because state police includes training of these people. So state police is not just about opening police stations all over. You take into cognizance that you have to build police training colleges state round. Do you think they have that money?
What do they do with all the money they are being given
How much
to?
is
Now,
given to
okay,
them?
hold on, Mr. Mejiburu. Now,
police the
I was
only problem
actually
of
trying to
governance?
lean. I was
Is
actually
police
trying
the
to
only
lean towards
problem
you,
of
but now,
governance?
let's look at it this way. I'm going to allow you to talk. You are saying, do they have such money? That is how the governors kept shouting. We couldn't pay 30,000 naira monthly minimum wage. We can't do this. We can't do that. And the governor of Abia State has done more than all of them put together.
Living in a false economy.
They're
Borrowing
living
money. All
borrowing
over the
money
place.
to do what
I think-
exactly?
I think-
Borrowing money for who?
I
The
think-
citizens or
Can
for
we-
themselves?
can we-
I'll allow you to talk,
please,
Chief.
Can we go down to the issue here?
Okay.
Can we remember what happened? Is it early this year? Fubara and Co at the National State House of Assembly,
Yeah.
where even the governor was tear gassed. The governor of the state, the number 1 citizen of that state, was tear gassed by the police. You understand? So when you have excessive power, breakdown of law and order, and even the state's governor can be tear gassed, it has not happened. This is not the first time it has happened by the same police.
Because of the
Because
central
why?
control.
Yes, because of the central control.
The same way.
And the
Local
wait,
government
and-
chairman
wait,
to
please,
be tear
please,
gassed
no, no,
because of
no,
the
no,
central
wait, no,
control
no,
from
please,
government
please.
house.
Okay,
I want to make,
hold
I want to
on.
make
Let
a
him
point.
finish.
I want to make a point.
Yeah, I'm
here.
listening.
You see, if somebody that believes he's in the position to call the shots and said, no, we don't want to lose grip, and that is not sincere enough. With due respect to the IG, because he will come and go. We know a lot of things that happened during Balogun time and the rest of it. We knew what happened during Amechi trying to take over power in Rivers State. We know a lot of things that happen. But let me come now to the advantage of when we look at the state policing. Now let's look at those that have not even been well trained, the vigilante. Those that have not given the status of power for them to operate. They have curbed insecurity.
Yes.
More
Agreed.
than even the Nigerian police at the local level.
Agreed.
Yes.
100% agreed.
You understand? They don't collect CPENs from the government.
Yes.
But they have been performing.
Yes.
Now, this is not talking about training or training. The issue is that when there is will and when personnel are not yet corrupt. Because I think that when people goes into a set, if you cannot beat them, join them. But when we have a new form of individuals that are ready to secure lives and property within their domain.
State police doesn't mean they are going to bring you. State police means people that are already in service.
No. It might not.
Go back to
it might not.
Go back to their states.
Wait, just listen to me.
Okay. Are you going to retire all of them?
No, listen to me.
No, I don't think so.
There's issue that when a state makes a policy, a House of Assembly makes a policy that governs them. Yeah. Makes the rule that govern them. It might be difficult. They can decide to make a rule that if any police is seen collecting, it might be maybe of persecution or sentence
but we have
or whatever.
those laws now.
No.
How many have they followed?
It's not been implemented, and it depends on the state assembly to make a law that will govern the state based on the peculiarity of that state.
Okay.
So I think
yes,
we should, if you cannot go and start, if development means to some state digging of boreholes.
To some it may mean something.
Governors.
To some it may mean something,
you understand? And some other states might be development, will be putting rail lines, making sure that
some might be hospitals.
24 hours power supply.
Yes.
It is not the same when you bring everything together. Allow the states to manage their. Okay, you can hear from the housing mat at the Bayelsa and other states where the police said they cannot even go to the creeks where those that perpetrated those killings of a Nigerian army. Why? Because
they don't know the terrain.
They don't know the terrain. They are not trained for it.
Okay. Thank you very much. You want to say something? Let me allow you to say briefly.
I have to come back to the nitty-gritty of this matter.
Okay.
The IG said we are not ready and mature. He didn't say we are not going to do. But when you look at the crop of governors that we have now, who have refused to give their local government independence.
Yes.
These are the same people you want to make commander of police that carries arm. My brother, if there's primary, you can't come close. Primary election for every police.
Okay, so I think this whole thing boils down to the individuals. It boils down to we Nigerians
I don't have
doing the right thing.
With having state police.
If
our Nigeria
right, exactly. I think that's what the Senate president was calling for. That's what the Senate president was calling for. And how will you know?
Look, let me tell you, if it is not done right, that same Senate president, if he has issues with the governor of his state, may not be able to enter his state.
True.
Because governor will be in control of the police. The governor will choose the commissioner of police like he chooses every other commissioner.
Okay, so
it happens in US.
Now this boils down. This boils down to the kind of people we have as governors and the kind of people we have as policemen. Because if your governor, despite the fact that he is your governor, gives you a wrong order, kill this man because he did. You as a human being, as a citizen, you should know that what he's telling you to do is wrong. So it all boils down to the kind of people we have at the helms of affairs. Oh my goodness, we can't exhaust this.
Entire overhauling of mindset, both for citizens
and
leaders.
Yes, agreed.
I don't think you have to check. We have 36 states. We have 36 governors. And you don't believe that.
Do we have 36 states?
Yes.
According to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, you cannot say that all of them must be like the ex-governor Yaya Bello, that can deal anybody and destroy anybody.
But you never can tell.
So when you get
we didn't even know Yaya Bello was going to be like this.
When you get one out of 30.
Chief.
That's a very low percentage,
so-
Chief.
so
I thought you, that's quite very low.
Shouldn't use that as a yardstick.
Chief,
So
let me
please,
say something,
let's
Chief.
even no
if
matter
it is
how
one-
terrible,
Chief.
Wike and Amechi related,
Yeah.
at least there was a time that Wike had to allow Wike and Amechi to come into the
Okay.
So please let us allow the
let me say
states to
something,
handle
Chief.
their.
No matter what, even if it's one governor that is bad, it is bad.
No.
Bad is
No,
bad.
no, no,
Bad
no,
is
no,
bad.
no, no, no,
No,
no.
bad is bad.
Even
After
in
all,
the
it is being said. After all, it is being said. Chief, just hold on, Chief.
Yeah.
If you bring one rotten fish
Yes.
and put in a carton
Yes.
of 1,000 good fishes,
Yes.
you know it will decay.
Now what did the Bible tells you? When you know that this hand,
We'll do
cut it off.
You cannot.
You said the rest.
No, he was elected.
That's what the Bible says. No, that's what the Bible says. So you cannot use that as a yardstick. No, we are being realistic here.
But Chief, you can't cut off a governor who was duly elected by his people.
The House of Assembly should impeach him. When he does things that are wrong, the House of Assembly will impeach him.
Chief, let me tell you something.
No.
If the governor is in charge of the police, no House of Assembly existing or that will exist that can impeach that.
But the truth is, Mr. Onyi, okay, hold on, gentlemen. You feel exactly. Now you have. I actually wanted to correct that because no matter even the president can be impeached. Even the president can be impeached.
If you're a leader, you should have that.
I'm talking about the governor.
You can be a governor tomorrow. So will you tell me you'll be?
Okay, I've just been told we have a caller. Good morning, Mr. Simon. Thank you for calling. Mr. Simon, please, can you step out a little away from your TV?
Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for calling in.
Good morning.
We can hear you. Please, can you step away from your TV or your radio set?
Yeah, so I want to talk about the state policing that we argue. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hello?
Go ahead, we can hear you.
So my contribution is regarding the state policing. I think the two guests we have in the studio are both correct in a way.
Okay.
But I want to support Honorable Chief Bartholomew to say that we need state policing because of the insecurity we have. If every state recruits their police, they know their terrain, they will be able to secure their own state. However, to say that governors will abuse it, according to Mr. Onyi, is true. But this is where the rules of check and balances will come in. In our constitution, even the police now, there are checks and balances, even for the IG. In fact, all positions in life, there are checks and balances. I want to believe that by the time we okay state policing, then the Constitution will be very, very clear with regards to the rules of engagement. Now, look, it's not going to be in the hands of governors to determine who will become the state Inspector General of Police, so to say, or Commissioner of Police. I don't know what will be the highest position now in the state. So what will be there is that the Constitution will be done in such a way that governors cannot begin to use police anyhow to abuse their powers. That is my take. We just need state policing. It's long overdue.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Simon, for your contribution. Thank you. And viewers want to keep encouraging you to please feel free to call in. The number to call in is showing on your screen. And if you can't call in for one reason or the other, please feel free to send us your comments or questions via our social media handles also showing on your screen. We really want to hear from you. And then to my gentlemen in the studio, thank you so much for doing a robust Robert's review on
Very,
that state
very
policing thing.
important.
I just feel personally that state policing is really long overdue. We need it, but like the Inspector General of Police have rightly said, Nigeria is not ripe. We're not mature for it, simply because we have some kind of people in power who truly abuse, their powers. But I think it's high time. It's high time Nigerians know the kind of power we wield as citizens. It's high time the National and State Assembly know the kind of power they wield. They cannot sit a president. They cannot sit a governor. Doing it the right way. Of course, we've seen it happen in so many places. Nigeria is not going to be different. Now, we were talking about state policy. We're talking about governors abusing their powers. A very interesting one that comes to mind is what has been happening in just the state close to us here, Kogi State. We've seen the ex-governor, Mr. Yahaya Bello. He's been declared wanted by the EFCC. And then we've seen, I read it in my opening, over about 500 lawyers have come out to, protest and say, please. Well then, before we delve into this matter, let's take a look at this video so that it will look as if we are the ones, bringing this up. Let's take a look at this video, viewers. Don't go away.
Well, wetin I go fit talk for this matter be say, in the first place, I'm a cool guy. In the first place, Yaya Bello too, now my brother. We are all brothers and sisters. Initially now, if you tell me say state court say make them no carry Yaya Bello, I go say the state court dey right. You know why? Because na Yaya Bello be the governor of the state as at then. And whoever assumes that position of a judge, it means say the person Yaya Bello, they well. You understand me? Now if the federal high court say make they carry am, that means then they try follow jurisdiction. Say normally wetin him do him fuck up, so they suppose carry am. Now if EFCC come dey talk say then they look for Bello, I go insult EFCC. You know why? Because me and you know say na lie they lie. EFCC dey in position to know wetin dey happen for this country. They dey in position to know all the nook and cranny where big people fit hide. Why be say if you reach Yahoo boys, they know where they hide, but all those kind of people, they don't know where they hide. Do you understand? So EFCC no fit tell me say they don't know where Bello dey. Now lie they lie. The main thing be say EFCC want their court. You know that normal thing now where they happen between government. Now only Bello be the governor, we don't do rubbish, won't talk true. See Mata Wale, he carry things go sell, he buy car for government. As he be say, he buy the car finish. When in they go, he carry the cars, he go with the cars. They don't hold him. That number two, of recent we see reports where they show say, even they empower bandits for his state. They carry him. Mata Wale see the buga, they work out for town. So if you tell me say, EFCC now they look for Bello. Maybe Bello no one give them that court, now. Maybe that's why.
For me, for the people where they talk say, may they no arrest them. Now part of them, you understand? Because if you check for our past governments, they don't do a strong thing, you understand? For me, may they arrest them, make him go answer them, so that at least all this nonsense where they do, our politicians they do, our leaders they do, let it come to an end.
Problem is in everywhere. Problem they everywhere, because not only on the state level, even at that, if state level handle the case on ground, if they should bring it to federal level, they have their ways of diverting or thwarting issues. So at a time we don't even know where the problem starts from or where it will end. So them too, they know. Now them they know what they do. So they're just using us, playing us as the Nigerians that don't know where the problems are. But they know they are the problems of this country.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight on. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. are rich forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
It is glaring that the EFCC will soon become a shadow of its former self and lose its credibility if it doesn't discontinue from towing a path that will destroy the very fabrics of our rule of law and democracy. The same Nigerians are beginning to ask what cause exactly does the EFCC have to grind with the ex-governor of Kogi State that it was willing to risk its credibility for. It has become the talk of many in quarters. We are very careful not to conclude a haste that the FCC allowed itself to become a tool used by desperate politicians to advance their war of interests. The only succor is that the current president of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is a leader who gave his all to sustain our democracy. The president, at a point, became a victim of political witch hunt. We recall that the EFCC and the CCB were at different occasions used to harass and threaten him into giving up his cherished progressive ideas. It is our hope that the president himself, being a victim of such retrogressive practice, moved to ensure that nobody under his watch uses institutions of government to harass and threaten political opponents. We have equally submitted petitions to the National Judicial Council and Mr. President asking that they use their good offices to call the EFCC to order and stop any form of abuse and disobedience of court orders.
Well, viewers, did you watch that with us? Because we were actually, personally, I was cracked up. So, before I ask my guests in the studio what their thoughts are regarding what we just watched, I have a breaking news, and that just took place this morning. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Nigeria has ordered that the charges on alleged 80 billion naira fraud filed by the federal government against former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, be served through his lawyer, Abdul Wahab Mohammed. The judge issued the order on Tuesday while delivering a ruling in an application filed by the EFCC for substituted service on Bello. So that's the breaking news as of this morning.
Okay, so with that now, all this protest is inconsequential.
Okay. let's just start with the reaction on the video we watch. Look at that, the first lady that spoke, and then
the first lady that spoke, she's an intelligent person. Funny enough, I find her intelligence most amazing. How she was able to pick up points, you know. Though,
her arguments were really valid.
Yeah, in a razz way, but quite detailed, you know. Then coming over to the lawyers who are protesting. Number one, is only one person that printed the whole banner they were carrying. The background of the banner, they are the same. Green up, red.
Oh my goodness. So that was what we were watching.
Yes, very important. And apparently, it may be surprising if you find out that most people in the protest are not lawyers. Maybe the front guy and few other persons. But this is the problem with Nigeria. It's all of these same people you see now. If you give some of them money, they will protest for EFCC against.
My director just whispered something to me. Okay. You said when you said some of those people might not be lawyers, he said just like the fake bishops we had, during.
So these things are regular. They're all over. They are in central area. They're in federal secretary. Once you need numbers, they come out and they protest for you. You pay them and they go. But that is it now. What is wrong with this man going to answer to EFCC?
I don't understand.
Why are you running? If your hands are clean, why are you running? They said you stole 80 billion. If you didn't steal, come on. Okay, Alex Oti said that, what was his name? The former governor spent 79 billion, I'll be 100 and something billion on airports. Some of his essays started countering, Oga, come and show us where we spend the money. That's what governance should be about. They said that the only thing they spent was 10 million naira. Say, Oga, come and show us the contractors. It's not about talking. Why are you running? If there is nothing you are hiding from or trying to shy away from, why don't you go and answer EFCC? You people say I took 80 billion. No, it is 5 or 3 or 1. Or
I didn't even take any. Just like, I think it was it Fashola?
Fashola after his tenure went to EFCC.
He went. He said you people said you were looking for me. And
and at the end of the day, what has happened?
He's as free as the air.
You see, I'm sorry to say, this is the first time I've seen a lion running. Lion is always a lion.
Chief, easy now. So better now. We're talking of the lion of Kogi State.
Yes.
No, he has retired.
And no.
Rachel is a co-guy too. You will not pass this door.
For somebody that has been a lion and have lead a lot of command without fear.
A white lion.
Chased a lot of sheep from Kogi State. Installed a brother as a governor. Such a lion should not be weary too early.
Of hyenas.
You understand? And
These are the hyenas.
It's my first time, unless a lion that was trained by a shepherd.
Oh my God.
That can be able to run for an invite.
Chief, this invite is from the hyenas.
Yeah, I said so. And
the lion is not supposed to be afraid of the hyena. Oh my God!
And,
oh my God! This stray bullet is really entering.
It's just unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. You see, there's something.
Okay, I've just been told we have a caller. Please, I have to put you on hold there. Good morning. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel, for calling in. Go ahead with your contribution.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Okay, I want to say you people are doing well. I've been watching the program. I just want to say something, and it's concerning those lawyers, how should I say fake lawyers, that were paid to stage that stunt. I would be surprised if most of them are from KSP, Kogi State Polytechnic, because I don't know it's really unfortunate. It's unfortunate, I have to say. It's unfortunate. But that's all I have to say.
Okay.
I hope everything goes well and Bello is captured and is made to face the law.
Mr. Emmanuel, you want Bello to be captured. Are you from Kogi State? Mr. Emmanuel, are you there? Okay, I think we lost him. I really want to know. I want to know his state. Okay, so you were saying something.
You see, my interest in this case is to see how Tinubu government can be able to persecute those governors within his political party that have fallen short of credibility within governance. And if Tinubu can be able to achieve that, I will raise my hat for him.
You'll doff your red cap for him.
And
Chief.
there's a reason for that.
Okay.
It shows that he has zero tolerance for corruption.
But this action that is going on now, because you know what?
Because it's with the FCC can't touch Yahaya Bello like that.
No, see what happened. What triggered this whole thing was the visit Yahaya Bello made to the president, if you remember. The EFCC was not happy. I told the president, you can't be receiving somebody we are looking for. And the president said, go and get him. But my problem is, the day EFCC went to Zone 4, what is there in setting up a camp in Zone 4? This man will come out.
One day, he can't stay there forever.
Set up a camp, 2-4 hours monitoring system.
Have you forgotten about Rocha?
Exactly, I was pointing that out.
How the FCC
got him. And we saw the Almighty God, my people.
My people.
So my governor, praying to the Lord.
You see,
on emergency.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you, just like some callers said, that if the FCC wants to get Yahaya Bello, they are going to get him.
True.
They are just giving him more room for him to play childish.
Well, I won't be surprised if tomorrow we get to hear that Yahaya Bello is no longer in Nigeria.
Yeah, very likely.
I won't be surprised because EFCC is playing a game of, I don't know, because this is unlike EFCC. Like the first lady who spoke said, if it's these Yahoo boys, they're not here to catch them.
Do you know why it's not that easy? There is an incumbent power covering Yahaya Bello. Let's tell ourselves this.
Yeah, very true.
Yahaya Bello is moving under the auspice of the incumbent governor, and you can't do much about that.
Okay.
The presence of the governor in Yahaya's house on that the day they visited his house in Zone 4
made it difficult for EFCC to capture him. True.
Yeah,
okay.
The governor of Kogi State is not the governor of Abuja.
Yeah,
you have to understand that.
We understand, but then he's just like exactly. It's just like your son. It's just like your son walking with you. Your son with you. Nobody will dare touch your son before you.
The immunity is bestowed on the governor
Yes.
of the state.
Yes.
The immunity is not bestowed
Anyway,
on
You have a point there.
police
Anyway, with the
officers.
ruling of the application,
The police officers that were there.
that
The IG that is complaining now has the right
to ask
at that
those
time
guys
to
to
ask those
detain-
guys to step down
and even arrest
you
their
understand? So they cannot say they
True.
cannot
You have
say
a point. You
that
have a point there,
they
sir.
can go there and compromise the security.
Yaya wanted to use the court, the judiciary
No,
system.
it's uncalled for. It's too
with,
childish.
with
with the ruling now, I think
So childish.
this case won't go. Chief, I'll make sure this case doesn't go further than this.
Okay, thank you. Oh, I love that handshake. I love that handshake. From one chief to another chief. Okay, from a high chief to a lower chief. Okay, so from the lion to the hyena.
No.
Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen, for sparing out your time to come and talk to us. I really had a wonderful time. You people really cracked me up, but I also learned a lot from you. So thank you very much. I hope when we call you again, you definitely graciously answer us. And to callers out there who called in, Mr. Simon and Mr. Emmanuel, thank you very much. Your contributions came rightly. We truly appreciate them. And to every other person who watched, there's a thumbs up for you. This program would never have been complete without you. And at the backstage there, I have Mr. God Saint, Mr. Chigozie, Miss Rachel, the co-guide, Mr. Sheyi, Mr. Somto, Miss Mercy, and Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you for making this program worth it. Oh, Mr. Mr. Tayo, thank you so much. And then I want to let us know as viewers that when plunder becomes a way of life for a group of men in the society, over time, they create for themselves a legal system that authorizes it and a moral code that glorifies it. Actually, that's not my quote. It's Frederick Bastiat that said that, and I agree 100% with him because that's what we're seeing with Yahya Bello here now. Well, my prayer is that God helps us to always do the right thing. Like I said, always. So until we come your way again tomorrow morning at the same time, same station, stay safe. And I will always tell you, please don't forget to subscribe to all our platforms for very rich and interesting programs for both you and your family, including your kids. Okay, bye-bye.